This is Business and Economy Network.
Hello viewers, glad to know you are watching your program. My name is Peter Moche. I want to say thank you so very much for allowing us into your homes, offices, wherever you are watching this program. And those of you watching us in faraway Abuja, Port Harcourt, Ilori, Kano, Kaduna, Sokoto, Enugu, those of you watching us via the online channels, and those of you watching us in South Africa, Ghana, wherever you're watching, I want to say thank you so very much. Like I said, it is Business and Economy Network. For the program rundown this week, for the news, we have the installation of Engineer Nko, who happened to be the current president of Nigeria Mining Geoscience Society of Nigeria. For Company in Focus, we also have him too, the engineer on the block. Now for Straight Talk, we have the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Galaxy Backbone, a company doing very well in faraway Abuja, looking at data management and ICT in Nigeria. For Special Report, we have the Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of First Maximum Point Industry Limited, a country that is saddled looking at agriculture, vegetable oils and all that in faraway Akure in Nigeria. It's going to be an interesting watch. Always remember this. Determination, perseverance will always take a man organization to the top. All these whole companies and CEOs, they've persevered so much, they've been focused, and the success is what you and I are going to witness. So it's going to be an interesting watch. I'll be back after this time out.
In Nigeria, the housing deficit currently stands at more than 17 to 20 million units. The housing shortage poses significant threats to security, social health, and economic well-being. To this end, Revolution Plus Property, a fast-growing real estate company in Nigeria, is leading the line in affordable housing all across the country and beyond.
We are indeed honored to play a vital role in bridging the housing deficit in Nigeria by providing homes through innovation, timely delivery, trust, and integrity. These are our core values.
In 5 years of existence, Revolution Plus has 5 offices, 29 estates, 3,600 landlords, over 10,000 direct and indirect employment. Revolution Plus is not just providing solutions to the housing problem in the country, but making housing affordable and within reach of the average Nigerian. Revolution Plus Property, affordable housing.
The Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, which stands as Nigeria's oldest society with over 5 decades in existence. The society is a combination of professionals in mining, water engineering, and earth sciences. Today on the program, we'll bring you clips from the recently held installation ceremony of its 30th president in Abuja, Nigeria. Executive members, families, and friends of the society were treated to a good time of music, delicious food, and cultural displays. In a chat with the 30th National President of the Nigerian Mining and Geosciences Society, Engineer Obadiah Simeon Nkam, in his response to the future of the society, Engineer Nkam talks about the great potentials embedded in the mining industry if properly enhanced. In his words, there is hope for the mining sector considering the recent fall in the prices of oil and gas. A lot of investors and government will surely find its way back to the resources that generated so much revenue for the nation yesteryears. At N.M.G.S, they believe we create and enrich the economy of Nigeria.
You know, let's go back the memory lane. The greatest earner of revenue for this country in those years was what? Was mining. When we had export, we were one of the highest producers and exporters of tin, columbite. We were mining coal. And then along the line, when the black oil, which is oil came in, oil and gas, we kind of abandoned mining, relegated it to the background because it formed about 90% of our revenue. So we abandoned it. Now that this issue of global dwindling of oil price came in, we now said we have to start thinking and diversifying. And that is why when this government came in, about 4 years ago. They now said we have to diversify into mining and agriculture. And in the course of doing that, the society over the years have had strategies and have had reasons to present positions, recommend some certain things to government, and will continue to do that because the oil and gas, apart from the dwindling price or worldwide, I can tell you that there are some other countries that at the end of the day, very soon, they are looking for alternative to oil, alternative energy source, electric cars and so on, that will be able to now say this is the best way to explore, this is the best way to exploit it. And I can tell you that every day there are discoveries on minerals, and we need to be able to now harness the wealth of this country in terms of mineral reserves and be able to now transform and convert it into boosting the economy and the development of the sector. Strategies can only be taken if you have been able to now actually identify, the whole holistically, where people have succeeded, where people have failed. That means carrying out a total inventory of the entire society vis-a-vis my experience in public service. By the time I put those ones together, I'll be able to now make sure that the strategies that are adopted, first of all, is the society is made up of members. And then, do we have the members in the society that can take us forward? Yes. How active are those members? If they are not active, one of the key things is to be able to now do membership drive. Encourage the members, because this society belongs to all of us. You cannot go away from, once you are a geoscientist, you don't have any other society you can go to. You might have some specialist groups which you are aligned yourself to, but you really have to stay and drive, the society towards achieving the aims. And once you are able to now have maximize membership and all members are on deck, you'll be able to now use that strategy of membership, spread all over the country, make sure you boost activities of the society by way of the chapters, by way of researches, and so many other things.
Galaxy Backbone Limited was primarily set up to harmonize almost, if not all, government ministries, parastatals, and agencies, bringing them under a unifying umbrella to avoid replication and reduce running costs. Mr. Yusuf Kazwari, the MD CEO, well grounded in ICT and has run with the vision of Galaxy Backbone since it started. In a chat with the Business and Economy Network crew on the ability to carry people and achieve goals, the MD CEO explained that Galaxy Backbone has recorded this much success due to its means of operating like a private firm, devoid of sloppiness, procrastination, excuses, and having the right hands for the required job. As Galaxy Backbone is a one-stop shop for all ICT-related matters as it concerns the federal government of Nigeria.
Even though we have our antecedents in government, Galaxy Backbone is run like a private sector organization in all ramifications. We try our very, very best to ensure that we keep the that best practice, and hence all the certifications that will guarantee that. Every staff in Galaxy was recruited. No staff was transferred from a department. No, we were all recruited. So we handpicked, we selected all our staff from all the key, anybody, just mention the name of a telecom organization or the name of a major ICT that was in the past. I'm sure we have the staff we pushed here because we ramped up very quickly and we took the best we could get. But that creates problems because in our early days we were literally born today and expected to deliver service the next day. So when the first set of people we picked from, so they came in, they were not speaking common languages. Somebody would call this that, somebody would call, because in his organization that's what they, so we had a lot of these, moonlight arguments about, you go to management meeting, you spend half the management meeting trying, arguing, and then realizing, wait, let's back up. What do you call that? Okay, what do you call? Oh, no, I call it this. And you realize that you're talking about two different things but using the same phraseology. So the first challenge is trying to create that united organization. And that's how what we went out to do was the certifications we spoke about were the uniting factor. And we do this in-house because we find that if you have a common project or a common challenge as a team, as an organization, then it's easy for you to melt into one entity. And that is the key to, I think, a lot of the success we have always. We've always been under pressure to deliver because, so much was expected of us and the challenges were, appeared insurmountable. The resistance in some cases was unbelievable. So, as an example, we just came out of a recession. During that recession, a lot of organizations in the telecoms, unfortunately, had to retrench in some cases 70% of their staff to be able to keep afloat. Some vanished from the scene completely. Some do no longer exist as a result of that, because ICT in the smaller companies were badly hit, especially ICT companies that did a lot of contractual job, especially around business organization to the financial sector and to government, all had to contract because the jobs were not coming out there. So in Galaxy, what we did was we decided, okay, at that time, let's come up with the Galaxy 2.0 strategy, which you alluded to earlier, which was more or less around what we do, and it is what helped us survive that recession. Because just as the recession was about, we went into a strategy session, we came up with this, and it was really about how to collapse our operations. And the way we did it, we didn't do what typical organizations do, because what typical organizations do is they'll say, okay, let's go for this certification. They'll look for the consultant that does this the best, and then they'll say, come, help us to do this. Okay, the consultant will say, okay, what are your problems? Okay, yeah. Okay, this is the roadmap you follow. No, we decided that, look, we're going to run this thing in-house by ourselves, and the only point we will invite a consultant is when we're ready for the final audit, and we needed to do a mock audit so that we know we're ready. So to be able to get that and to help in that, we made sure every staff in Galaxy, as at that point, was trained in ITIL, which is the IT Infrastructure Library, which is the basis for service management delivery. So now everybody in the company was trained at a minimum of foundation level. Some people were trained to auditor level. Some people were trained to expert level. So within 1 year, everybody was kept busy. Everybody was reading, studying. But at the same time, the organization was becoming more cohesive. Service delivery was now becoming aligned across the whole organization, forcing that synergy. But I'm proud to say that within that year, that's 2016, we were able to start the process to ISO 20000 certification. And within 9 months, first sitting, we were able to get the certification examination. And we trained and did everything that we were supposed to do, identified the gaps, fixed the gaps in processes, all internally. We only invited the consultant at the point of mock to come and do the mock audit to confirm we were on course. A few gaps were identified, we closed them, and then 2-3 months later we went for the final examination. So that's, I think, giving people a target to live up to is the first key to inspiring them to do their best and achieve those targets. I think competition is the only thing that ensures human progress. If you don't measure, you can't manage. That's just the only. So competition is necessary, and good people, good organizations thrive on competition. Healthy competition, mind you, right? From as students, the desire to excel and be called to the podium to deliver the end of year address or to be given that medal. It's making new rules and regulations to ensure inclusion. Not just the big dominant players who have capital at their disposal, but even small local companies within their own environment are able to do things, and that is key. So I'm not afraid of competition. Like I say, competition is very, very necessary. You thrive on competition, and I do believe there's a huge level playing field. But beyond competition, there's also something called co-opetition, and this is the field I play in primarily. Because of my antecedents, I have more or less tried to get people within the industry to partner, because having antecedents to government means that the infrastructure I provide is primarily in the interest of all Nigerians. So I try as much as possible to get organizations to come and see me as a partner rather than a competitor. And that's why I kept referring to swaps and opportunities to do that. Because if you see that we're not from two rival, historical rivals in terms of investment profile, then you're more prone to come to me with a view of an open hand to say, listen, look, I have this, you're more open with me, and so on and so on. And Galaxy, and we've witnessed a lot of success in that direction. So Galaxy is more about co-opetition. We have to compete in some instances for our business, even within government. It's not in all instances we have this blank mandate. There are certain instances where it's not directly within our mandate, but we also bid so that we're able to demonstrate value. And government expects us to be much more competitive to be able to justify why they're giving it to us. But at the same time, to use this huge amount of infrastructure we have to also cooperate with other providers, get them not to build in the same place we are building, with the opportunity that it's open access for them to come and use with us in a shared manner. So cooperation is the key word.
Born from a strong passion to create jobs, food, and positive impact in Nigeria, Alhaji Mufuta Olaitan Abolarinwa set up First Maximum Point Industries Limited many years ago. The firm is today one of Nigeria's finest producers of edible oils, located in Akure, Ondo State, Nigeria. Though the firm has recorded remarkable success in its years of operations, but challenges still abound, ranging from the issue of funding and lack of supportive policies. He appeals that government should be more involved in ensuring the success of small and medium-scale enterprises in Nigeria.
You know, when you want to start a business, even if you are convinced that this is what you want to do, you need money to run it. And your background, no money. But you see, it's good when you went to the university, let the university pass through you. We did one course in economics that's doing something on credit basis. So when we started, I said, look, okay, I don't have money. I know who will buy the products. And I said, fine. What I will do is, all these customers I'm still enjoying today, okay, if those who have money will buy it at a rock bottom price from them, I will only reduce my own margin and I will tell them, look, let me go and deliver it for you. You get your money within 24 hours. Then we have to approach bank. They gave me, how much then? Was it, I think 5 million to buy cocoa. And you know what happens? The very year I took this money, I paid for cocoa of 10 tons going to Ekiti. The armed robber attacked the vehicle. Out of the 10 tons we bought, they have cut away 6 tons, remaining only 4 tons inside the vehicle. Borrowed money. But as God will have it, the price of cocoa then, I think it was around 60,000. Yes, I think it was around 60,000. But by the time we are still going through that thing, that was the price just went up from 60,000 to 95,000 naira per ton. And ask me what's the interest rate? 35%. That's the interest rate of the bank there. Let's start from Central Bank. About in 2013, 2013, they gave us 150 million cash money from Central Bank. Within, I think, was it 2 years facility, we paid off. Because they saw the way we have paid off the money, we requested for 300 million. They gave us. I don't know anybody in Central Bank. I don't know anybody. Then, we started from 12 expellers machine. Our machine was increased to 20 expellers of 15 tons capacity each. From there, we bought a refinery from the Smiths of 100 tons capacity. From there, yes, further in 2015, we bought all these solvent plants of 150 tons capacity. Now, in 2015-16, the Bank of Industry also gave us money to buy preparatory plant for solvent and for soya, which it has been completed. It's outside there. It has started working. Even before the project started working, we started paying them. Because one thing I believe is that we should not see all Nigerians as bad. If all of us are using the money in Central Bank or Bank of Industry or N.M.G.S well, how many, what's the population of Nigeria? They said 180 to 200 million. Very few of us that have an advantage of getting used to this money. If we don't use it well, I will not block the road for those who are coming behind. So that's what is in our mind. Look, do it well so that others too can also benefit, enjoying this kind of opportunities. When I have some of my friends that are bankers, because you know when you read economics days, the next thing is to work in the bank. And 2, you got employment eventually, and you did not go. Because already I'm already find joy, passion for the work. Look, I see agriculture. Even when I was in university, the only course I scored 95% was in agric in university, agri-economics. So that one has always motivated me that I can do something. So when that work comes without soliciting for it, and I always listen to my inner self that, look, I want to work in the bank, but this is what you have offered me. I'm not going to delay. Let me go there. Let me pursue my career there. And that's how I continue.
You cannot run away from the shadow. Yes. Oh, yeah. Stop there. Huh? Where do you think you're? Huh? shadow. Pay me my money. Sorry, landlord, I'll pay you your money. Someone for me.
Are you not tired of being a tenant? At Revolution Plus, we offer affordable housing in our 29 estates across Nigeria. Contact us now on +234 906 000 0991 or visit www.revolutionplusproperty.com. Revolution Plus Property, affordable house.
Well, Via, this is what we permit us for this program for this particular week. Time is never anybody's friend. I want to say thank you so very much to you, and let all your comments, criticism keep coming in. It actually makes us to become much more better, to serve you much more better. On behalf of the production crew, I want to say thank you so very much. Tomorrow they say it's another day, but always remember this, which the great Pele often said: practice can always make you perfect. That's why footballers always practice and train. You always think of this. Practice at what you do and become the best at what you intend to do. I'm doing my own part. What about you? See you next time.